All right, we're back. This is about the role of minerals in creating an acid-alkaline balance. Some of us have heard about this before. Some of us have no idea what this means. And what it means is that when we eat food, we can actually sway our body in two different directions. We can either sway it to being more acidic or more alkaline. As we've discovered scientifically over the last 100 years, is that the more acidic that our food is, what happens is it's like acid rain being sprayed on a building. It's just to break the building down prematurely. And what we'd like to do is actually try to get that body more alkaline, or at least more of a balance in these two things. What we're going to do here in this session is talk about what is the difference here. How do you tell if something's acidic or something's alkaline? And you need to be able to tell quick, right? You don't need to be able to go out and have to run a whole science project to figure this stuff out. That's why you're watching this right now. That's why you're participating in this education program. Because what we do is we make it so easy for you that anybody can figure it out at home. Basically, the minerals that dominate the food determine if it's going to be acidic or alkaline. Now, we need both. Don't get me wrong. We need actually acidic food and alkaline food, and all food falls into one or the other category or right in the middle. All food. And we're going to tell you how to determine what that technique is to determine that, to figure that out. When we take in foods that are high in acidic minerals, then the food's acidic. If we take in food that's high in alkaline minerals, then the food's alkaline. When we're looking at foods that are high in phosphorus, then we find out that's kind of the acidity. And we're looking at foods that are high in calcium and magnesium, then that's foods that are high in alkalinity. Generally, as a rule, again, we want more of the alkaline foods, more of the foods that contain calcium and magnesium, and less of the phosphorus. We still need it, but we got to start moving away from too much acidity. In addition to that, very, very sweet foods and artificially created foods are acidic by their nature. Not only because of the minerals that they contain, but there's so much sugar present and so many chemicals that our body goes, we can't even deal with this, and tries to just dump it off, and it treats it as an acid and tries to neutralize it and flush it out. Our food of civilization is acidic. The stuff we grew up on, junk food and just vitamin pills and kind of sugary stuff and candy and coffee and bread and baked potatoes. This is all acidic stuff. And we need to start moving over to the alkaline stuff, which is more of the vegetables, the seaweeds, the green superfoods, the herbs. That kind of stuff is alkaline. Let's review a real simple rule. It's called the root seed muscle rule. Generally, roots, seeds, and the muscle of an animal, like a muscle, that's what meat is. I can't even tell you how many years. I studied nutrition for years before I realized that actually what meat is the muscle of an animal. Well, that's acidic. That's acidic by its nature, and that's the food that everybody eats. You go to a fast food joint. You got your hamburger in the bun, so the bun's the seed, the meat's the muscle, and then you get French fries. That's a root. It's made out of a root. A potato's a root, like roots of a plant. That's the root seed muscle diet. And if you go to steakhouse, you get the same kind of thing. There's the steak, that's the muscle. There's the baked potato, that's the root. Let's say there's the peas, that's a seed. So there's your corn. It's the same kind of thing. It's just rearranged differently. What has to balance that out all the time, and it's very critical, and the way it does this is by the minerals it contains, is we have to have green foods there to neutralize that. Foods that contain calcium and magnesium. And those foods are chlorophyll-rich plants. Salad. So if you eat a salad with your whatever, that's always a good idea. Famous doctor said, a salad a day keeps acidosis away. Excessive acidity. A salad a day keeps acidosis away. You eat that salad, you start neutralizing not only what you just ate, but all the poisons from before, too, and the other meals in our whole life. Some people never eaten vegetables 20 years, 30 years, never eaten a vegetable, and then they get ill, and then they find out, whoa, wait a second, I need to be eating vegetables. Why? Because there's only so much acidity that the human body can take. And by the way, when we're in an acidic state, we're moody, we're upset, we're reactive, we can fall into rage and anger, and then inside our body that can become illnesses, it can become certain types of mutated cells and cysts, it can become a disturbed metabolism, a disturbed digestion, it can be pain in our body, all of those things. When we get alkaline, then we're kind of like, oh, we're relaxed, we're calmed down. Roots, seeds, and muscles are acidic. Remember that. A root, like the root of a plant, a seed, the seed of a plant, like rice. People say, well, what's rice? Rice is actually a seed. That took me years to find that out. I had no idea. I was completely clueless about this stuff. Rice is the seed of a grass. And when you eat rice, you're actually eating seeds. And then the next thing is the muscles. You know, meat is the muscle of an animal. So we look at all that and we go, okay, that's on that side. On the other side, what do we have? We've got vegetables. We've got seaweeds. We've got certain green-colored superfoods, spirulina, marine phytoplankton, blue-green algae. And then we've got herbs and all the herbs that are out there in the world. I was just in the UK recently, and they said, you don't say herbs right. You're supposed to say herbs. So I started saying herbs. I didn't really like the way that sounded, though, so I stopped saying that. Herbs are things like oregano. Herbs are things like the medicinal mushrooms. Ever heard of those? Do a little research on that. Check that out. When we get the alkaline side in, we start pulling our overall metabolism over so we get into balance. What if we're way swung over here? We're really acidic. We're going to need lots of salads. And here's a really good thing. Lots of vegetable juice. Because when we take in that salad, when we take in those seaweeds, when we take in those herbs, when we take in those green powdered superfoods, what's happening is we're starting to get minerals in our body. Our enzymes are turning on. We can see that we're filling out. We're becoming stronger. Our tissue is becoming richer. And we start moving that curve. We start moving that dial over to the point of balance. And that's ultimately where we want to be. The role of minerals is in creating acid-alkaline balance is based on getting those alkaline minerals. And I don't mean calcium and magnesium supplements. I'm talking about food that contains calcium and magnesium. What contains calcium? Vegetables. What contains calcium? Sea vegetables, vegetables that come out of the ocean. Fortunately for all the sushi restaurants, we actually know what seaweeds are. 25 years ago, you talk to somebody about seaweed, they thought you were completely crazy. Now it's obvious, like, oh yeah, it's the thing that the sushi's wrapped in. Well, you can go buy that stuff in a health food store. You can throw it in a salad. It's absolutely delicious. We take that, we throw it in a salad, take a little avocado, throw that in a salad, take a little bit of spirulina, something you can buy in a health food store or on the web. Take that spirulina, put that on the salad, churn the whole thing up, and next thing you know, you got a dynamite salad happening that's alkaline and helping to move you into balance. And when you get into balance, you feel relaxed, you feel calm, you feel with it, you can focus, you can concentrate, your energy is improved, it moves you out of pain. For us to have pain, we've got to have acidity. So we're moving out of the pain and we get into that zone of alkalinity. That's where the fun starts. At that point, people notice a difference in you. People look at you and go, whoa, what are you doing? What in the world are you doing? Something's going on here. Just from those little simple changes, just simple changes. And then you start going, whoa, I'm inspired now. And you keep going further. And that's where we're going to take you in the next session.